welcome to the Practical Piano Practice Lesson 1. So now we are going to start to learn how to really play the piano or keyboard or whatever you have. So the first things that you have to know is you have to sit up straight while you play, and you want, as we discussed in the pre-lesson, middle C should go through your belly button, like right in the middle of you. And you want your shoulders straight, and you want your arms kind of at a little bit of an angle, and put them at a little bit of an angle, kind of like you're cha-chaing, and you just release them. And then this part of your hand should be parallel with the white keys. Not too low, not too high, like pretty much parallel, like you're holding, I don't know, like a little ball or something. Just like, or if you're going to have water from somewhere, that's how you want your hands, like this and like that. So this is the proper playing position. Sit up straight, adjust your chair if you need to, and here you go. And you want both thumbs on middle C. So this is going to be your position. You want your shoulders relaxed, everything parallel, nice and cozy, comfortable. And this is how we are going to play the pieces. And you always want to play, in this part of your thumb while you're playing, because we're going to be using our thumb for this lesson. So you don't want to play like this. You just want to, play like that. Now, if you look, the first thing that we're going to do for lesson 1 is middle C with our right hand. Now, in our pre-lesson, you might have remembered that we just played middle C and counted to 4. Now, this is incorporating everything that we learned. There are measures here, as you can see, 4 measures. Whole notes, which we count up to 4. Remember, they're just a circle. The note that's a circle is a whole note. And the time signature with the treble clef as well. So that's all here. The only new thing is if you look at the end of the staff, you will see that there's 2 lines, and that is called a double bar line. And that usually means it is the end of the piece. So I wrote out in box how you're going to count. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb and you are going to put it on C, and you are going to count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, because the time signature is 4, 4. Remember, we're only talking about the top number now, so we're going to count up to 4. Now, you can see that there are 4 measures within this system. So whenever we have one idea made up of a staff or one group of measures all together, we call that a system. And we are going to try to play the whole system now. So let's take our hand, sit up straight, elbows out. We're just going to be using our right hand. So let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, here's a little bit of a practice video. Let's practice this together. Let's practice this very first example together. Remember to keep your hands like a cup, turned over, and we're going to play C and count up to 4 with our thumb, or number 1, and it's going to go with me now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that again. Remember, relaxed hands, sitting up straight. And every finger can touch a different key. You don't want like too squished like this. You want your hands nice and separated. Nice relaxed wrist. And let's give it another try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. The next thing we're going to be doing is the same thing with our left hand. So you can see there's a bass clef here. There are 4 measures, and the C is above the staff. In the treble clef, the C was below the staff. So now we're going to take our left hand and we are going to play what's written on this system. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Let's practice this together. See, this is where we're learning how to read music and seeing what we're seeing on the page and translating it to how we are physically playing it on the piano. You are looking at the music to tell you what to do with your hands. I am not showing you what to do. Actually, I am showing you in the practice videos, but you are looking at the music and reading it. So congratulations, it's great. Okay, now let's use our left hand, nice and curved, like we're holding a cup of water. Every finger, you don't have to do that, but just make sure every finger is a little bit separated. I always like to say every finger has a home. So just have them hovering around. Your hands, when you're playing the piano, might not be as strong yet, but let's give this one a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of weird. You're kind of playing on this part of your thumb. Not like this, not like this. Relaxed. All right, now with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The more you practice or the more you play, the stronger your hands get. It's like exercising. So your hands will be able to move fast eventually. So even though it's boring and it's repetitive, just keep on doing it. Strengthen those hands. Good job. Great. Now let's look at the next example. We have a new time signature of 2/4 now, which means that we are going to count up to 2 for each measure. Now our whole note has changed, if you noticed it. There is now a line on the right-hand side going up of our whole note, which actually turns our whole note into a half note. Now a half note gets 2 counts, as a whole note, which is just a circle, gets 4 counts. The half note now gets 2 counts. And the way we would play this is basically counting up to 2 for each measure. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then there's a double bar that tells us we are at the end of our piece. Now let's look at the next example too before we do a little practice. Our left hand, as you can see, is also in 2/4, and the stem is now going on the left-hand side. So the further you are up the staff, the stems or the lines that go next to the whole note are going to go down. So the further you are up on the staff, the stems go down. The lower you are on the staff, the stems go up. So let's give this a try now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's practice that together. All right, it's time for the half notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, let's try it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now do this as many times as you like. Good job. Same thing with the left hand. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's try that again. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Great job. Okay, now we are going to combine both half notes and whole notes in this next example. So for the second measure, you can see that there are 2 half notes in that measure because they're equal to 2 beats each. So 2 plus 2 equals a full measure of 4 beats. So this is an interesting way to count when you put everything together. So we're going to take it from the beginning, and this is how we are going to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then most people would think, wait, can't we just do 1, 2, 1, 2 for the measures that have only half notes? Technically you could. I mean, that does make sense, but we are counting up to 4 for each of these measures. So the first half note gets the first 2, 1 and 2 beats, and the second half notes get the second and third beat. I mean, the third and fourth beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's practice that together. Now this rhythm is just a little bit trickier, but let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Relax your hands. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. Do that as many times as you want. So we have a very similar example with our left hand now. Now what I want you to get accustomed to is doing rhythm and reading notes with both hands. It's very important. Most teachers will just show you how to play it, but I want you to be able to look at the music, read the music, and then translate what's on the page into your hands. So our left hand, as you can see, it's also in 4/4, so we're counting up to 4 for each measure, and it begins with 2 half notes, another 2 half notes, a whole note, and a whole note. Again, we're working within 4-bar phrases. So 4 technically means there's 4 measures, and this is one phrase or one musical idea. A phrase is kind of like a sentence or musical thought. So we're working now in 4-bar phrases as we have been since the beginning of our lesson. So let's give this one a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel free to count out loud or play along with me, but just keep on going. Great job. Now, we are going to put both the treble clef and bass clef staff stacked on top of each other. This is a little interesting and doesn't really make too much sense. Basically, your right hand with the treble clef is going to be on the top, and your left hand or the bass clef is going to be on the bottom. So kind of you're reading music like this, not like this. So that's a little bit interesting. Your mind has to kind of switch the music around and think, all right, top is the right hand and bottom is the left hand. And as you can see, there's also something called rest. When one hand is not playing, or when you want a musical pause in either hand, you put a rest there. And the whole rest, as you can see in the first measure of the bass clef, or the second measure of the treble clef or right hand, means that you hold silence in each hand for the whole measure, 4 beats. I mean, it's just a way of like a little holding place or a little rest so you know not to play. So let's give this a try. It's gonna be right hand and left hand, and they're gonna basically share middle C, which we'll talk more about in our practice video, but here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Resting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple to count, but I just want you to be aware of the idea that music has rests, which tell you not to make any noise with either hand. It holds place and silence. Now let's give this one a try. I forgot to mention before that this is called a grand staff, and the grand staff is basically the treble clef and bass clef on different staves put together or on top of each other. And this is how you're going to put your hands. Like this. Remember, they're kind of sharing, so while this hand is playing, this hand could just hover above. Now everybody kind of has their own note that they're hovering above or touching, and they share. So while this hand is playing, you know, they go back and forth. So let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a little difficult. I know it's hard to put your hands here and going back and forth and keeping everything steady. Let's do this a few times together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the piano uses your hands unlike anything else in life. You know, usually, you know, you're doing stuff or folding things, but you're never just like doing something as simple as that. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Keep on going. Now we're going to do something very similar, as in we are going to play half notes in each hand for the full measure. Remember, we are currently in 4/4, and we're going to separate it for 2 half notes per measure. So let's give our right hand a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now our left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's give that a try in our practice session. All right, our last exercise of the first lesson. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit trickier because you're moving a little bit faster. Let's go at it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Congratulations, you did it. We have finished our very first formal lesson together. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you at lesson 2.